Hello and welcome back to another episode of Britain's Worst Run Football Club, but not anymore. Might have to change the name for this. Well, we don't know yet. We are still massively in debt. 4.3 million in the black, in the red even. Don't see that changing anytime soon, not with our new chairperson. But we are currently sitting in 8th, a little inconsistent so far. 20 games in though, we've won half of our games, we've lost 6 and we've drawn 4. Yeah, can't really complain so far with what we've got. The next kind of 5 games we've got installed are Sunderland, Blackpool, Reading, Burnley and Hull. Now, we beat Burnley last time out. Actually, saying that, didn't we really literally just play them? We have Hull, Burnley, Blackburn and QPR. Burnley, Hull, no idea what's going on there. But just to go through kind of our last couple of games that we did have, again, a little bit inconsistent. We beat Burnley 1-0. We lost 3-2 to Blackburn. We drew 0-0 to QPR. And we beat Millwall 1-0. And then we drew 1-1 with Stoke. I think there's a game in here where our striker literally had a mare. He came on and got sent off pretty much straight away, and it was the QPR game. Kind of a game that we should have been winning, looking at where how well we had kind of been playing to this point so far. And Marlon Mustafa, he's been dropped to the under 21s. He's just not doing it, and hopefully gonna terminate that deal the closer we get into January. Fingers crossed. That's kind of what we'll be doing. We have made an offer for Trusty, and I think it's fairly cheap, $250,000. I mean, it's I'm going to take one of the loan spots away, but we are after a striker. We're still after a striker. We have got a deal kind of in place for the Nazme. Probably spelled his name, saying it wrong. Brian Lasme. A very kind of interested in bringing him in. He's a big striker, very physical, especially when he's for the Championship. Finishing's okay, heading's pretty decent, and so kind of looking for someone to be a proper force up front. And we're not really scoring that many goals, even though we are winning some games. It's it's not the best. And looking at this, we have got the work permit coming in. We did kind of ask for an increase in in wages and in a transfer budget, which hasn't happened. We are just going to kind of ask. We'd like some more. We're really making a loss at the club. Just in built to recoup these losses. Request denied. I mean, that's fair enough. There's no point even kind of arguing the point there. They've already shown kind of $4.5 million in debt. Just thought it would have been. We kind of need a little bit more money, just to kind of help, kind of fund the deal that's going to be coming in for Lasme. Looking at Scott Hogan, there's the potential to move on. Don't think he's kind of done enough this season. He's on a lot of wages. Is it something that we try and kind of move on? Maybe just offer him out for $1 million. Probably not going to do anything, but we will try. Even Cosgrove being on a core at 20k a week, like even if we could just kind of move the wages on, that's kind of what we should be looking at doing. Djukovic, no one wants him. He's on 15 grand a week. I really like him, but from a financial point of view, we will try just to move on. And yeah, Deeney's kind of our main striker at the minute. We are still trying to kind of push out. Say push out's harsh. Harley Dean and Etheridge, trying to get rid of those. I mean, I'm happy to move him out for half his wages. Same with Etheridge as well. I'm quite happy just to move out and pay half the wage. Maybe not to Etheridge. I'll pay like $5 grand until the end of time, till the end of his contract. Because everything else just isn't kind of going to work with us. Hogan's not happy. Let's see what he would like. Okay, so we offered him out for 1 million and he's not happy with that, so he thinks 1.3 million. Did he think he was worth worth more. Not sure, but we'll see how that goes on. I mean, I'm quite happy to take like 600, 700,000 for Hogan if it means bringing Lasme in. No one's wanted by anyone. Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. So, as we can kind of see, going into next year is going to be fun. Next year will be fun. Trusty, when you're out of contract, he's got a few seasons to go, so that's fair enough. And if we are paying, actually, if we are paying 15k a week for him, can we renegotiate? Oh, I didn't want to. Can we renegotiate and kind of get less wages on loan? No, we can't. That's fine. We will move on. So, next game is Sunderland. I kind of hope that because of their position that they're in, that we will kind of get a positive result from them. Longhello, it's actually fair play. He is improving as it's going on, and a bit of a hefty valuation there for our club. So very, very interesting to see what we can do going forward there. And we have got a good youth kind of core to our squad. So to move on the aged players, like I'm quite easy to do that. I am quite looking forward to just kind of stripping the team down and kind of moving on the deadwood. Someone like Gary Gardner, like, for me, his wages are a lot, and we could kind of benefit from moving him out. Look at his current asking price. It must be that he's not. Thinks he's worth more. Wow. Again, I don't understand what these people are doing. We can sign Lasme, and we can sign him fully as well. 10 grand a week. Star player. We did offer a fair bit. I think he's going to be worth it, and we're just going to take the bullet. I'm just going to bite the bullet here. Look forward to Lasme coming in, and hopefully, like, we're not too far away from the playoffs. Like, we're a couple of points outside. Who knows? In the championship, we could put a really good run together and just kind of go from there. It kind of all comes down to this kind of next game, I reckon. Our next little run of Sunderland and Blackpool. They're both kind of down there, even to an extent, like Reading, who are down there as well. We should have hopefully 9 points coming from the next 3 games, but football's not always that way. We will see how we can kind of move forward with this. Right, so Trusty, he can come out of the team. Have we got another defender on the bench? We don't. Oh, Harley, I don't really want to put you in. Collan. Sanderson can go on for Collan. We've got someone on the bench at least. Zaza, I kind of forget that we got Zaza. He's on 6 grand a week as well. No, it's not a big sum, but he's on a fair whack of wages. Djukovic, you can come out, and Ellis Sims. I'll be honest, I've not really given him much of a run out, but Hogan, you can come out as well, and we'll kind of go from there. We'll see how we can kind of perform. The defence isn't doing too bad. Deeney, he's starting to score a couple of goals. His form's not the worst. But we'll see how we can kind of push forward with this. The Trusty in goal, Colin at right back, left back of Longhello. We're obviously going with Long and Mark Roberts at centre back. It's quite a slow centre back pairing. Probably could have done with bringing Sanderson in, but that's done now. With Jordan James and Bielik in the middle, and then Bakuna right wing. But they like to kind of cut inside as they do. Chong at left wing and Hannibal as the cam. And obviously Big Deeney up front so far. Longhello on the left. Great pass into Chong. Can we get a good early start here? Bearing in mind we are 10 seconds in. Longhello, bit of pressure on him. What's he going to do? He's going to turn his player. Who's he just left for dead there? Ahmad.
James crosses it to the kind of the back of the area to Bakuna, who loses out. Colin wins it though into Hannibal. Hannibal to Colin, to Bielik. I mean, I'm looking at Dini here and see what he can do. Mark Roberts, don't scare me. Oh no, Joe Geldhart has stolen it from him. We wanted an early start, but for ourselves, Geldhart's hit it and Ruddy has saved it. I mentioned about the slow kind of centre-back pairing, and my fears have kind of come to light there. So Sanchez to cross it in. Long heads it out. Can Bakuna chase that down? Maximovic has got there first. Into Ahmad. That's a nice touch to kind of get a bit of space. And he's... Was it blocked? It was blocked by Bielik. So some early pressure here that we've got to kind of contain, and I'm not too happy. And the game can't be too happy because it's given me a shout within 2 minutes. So not looking good. Sanchez picks it up again on the edge of the box. Chong can head it clear. Dini's a bit too far up the pitch, but the pressure's over, and the next highlight is for ourselves. So Chong, he hits it in for Salco, head it out into Geldhart. I think we're in trouble here. I think we need to kind of drop out from the positive and go into a balanced. Geldhart is quick on the break. Don't tackle him in the box. Out to Clark. Clark out to Ahmad. He's hit it first time, but he's just kind of seen it. I don't know how much he knew about that. Has just gone wide. All Sunderland so far. Then we've had the possession, but Sunderland have had the attacking prowess. Let me. I don't like this. One of those games that when you kind of need to win on Football Manager, it seems like they'll do you in. So Long heads it out into Ahmad. He's allowed to run with it. Too easy. That goal's too easy. Wow. Okay. We will just go attacking them. Pretty poor start so far. First 15 minutes, but we've not been in the game. Ahmad was allowed to kind of run from outside the box, down the right hand side. And Ahmad's there again, just like in real life when we played Sunderland. He kind of tore us apart. Longello tries to get the block on. Bielik heads it out. Longello heads it out, and Ahmad's going to be the first there. He gets to cross it in. Geldhart's get the header, and it's just off the crossbar. This is not working. Let's stop that. Let's focus down both wings. Get early crosses in. Let's go wide. We're attacking. We're going to kind of run at the defence more. Shorter passing, higher tempo. Just see if we can kind of, I don't know, do something in this game. Apparently we've had 5 shots with 2 on target, but we haven't seen any of that in any of our highlights. We'll press on Diallo because he has been kind of thorn in our side so far. With Patterson, big boost up front. Andre Santos loses out to Long. Dini's done nothing. Pretty good job that we put the bid in for Lasme. Colin hits it back to Ruddy. Alma composed at the back at least. Long to Longello. He's going on a little run now. What can Chong do here? Can any support anyone? No. So it's an Ahmed versus Longello match on the right hand side there. Our left, and Longello's second best so far. The Long heads it into Bielik, out to Bakuna. Bakuna gets a head on it into Longello. He's probably going to lose it again, but he's going to go on a little run down the left hand side. Dini's in the box, so is Hannibal. Longello's running again, crosses it in. Vashalko gets deflected into it. Chong hits it and it goes onto their crossbar, and then they clear it out. Not quite sure what to make of that little attack there, but is Hannibal to cross it in? It is. He's got it right in. Bielik at the back. It's headed away quite easily by Andre Santos. And it's out to Jordan James. This might be the end of the highlight, I think. There's Roberts, and it is the end of the highlight. You can always normally tell with a Football Manager exactly what is going to be happening. And very disappointing. Very disappointing. Half. We haven't done anything. Yeah, not too happy at all. Look at our tactics. So Roberts and Colin are both having a pretty poor game. We're going to take both of those off. Hannibal hasn't really done a lot, but neither has Bakuna. So Bakuna's going to come off. who. I'm saying that because actually played a little bit better than Jordan James, so maybe we'll put Chong as the roaming playmaker, and we'll put Ellis Sims up front. And to be honest, Deeney can come off. This is quite a drastic approach to the substitutions that are coming on, but just haven't done anything. So let's see what that does. Switch the formation up to a 4-4-2, and straight away there's a highlight to Sunderland. So Sanchez with the corner. Now they scored from their corner last time. It went out to Ahmad on the outside here. Sanchez allowed too much space. There's Geldhart and it's gone in, and it's such a poor performance it is. Not really sure where our team goes from here. It's game over, let's face it. We're just going to skip this. And once again, kind of playing the lower league team, lower league, that's harsh. Playing kind of the lower division teams in the table struggle, and it seems to be not only on this kind of game save, like in my Deportivo save on Twitch. It just seems like the must-win games that we should be kind of in the better position of. Seems with a nice goal there, probably offside. It's not. Well, we got one back. But the games that you kind of feel like you should be winning, you just don't do it. I mean, Longello's a good run there, and then Sims' first time shot past the keeper. We've taken off Jong, and we've brought on Paul at left wing apparently. Weird. There's Longello into Bakuna. He's hit it first time, and it has just gone wide. Not sure why Paul's gone there. So we'll swap that. You know what, Zaza, let's make you an advance forward as well. Just get the pressure up the pitch. Bakuna, is he going to shoot? I mean, he has done. He's come back off the crossbar. Not quite sure what this highlight is about. Andre Santos into Zaza, into Bakuna. Bakuna doesn't do enough. Is that a goal kick? It is a goal kick. Right. I'm going to demand more. Pass into space. Let's just go a bit more direct as well. Play for set pieces. Forget about the early crosses. In transition, maybe distribute over the top. Let's do it quickly. Take longer kicks. Take that off. Step up more. Take that off. We'll just see if that does anything. You know, we're kind of chasing the game now. Potentially might put Hall in as attacking mid if required. Hannibal into Zaza, into Sims. Not a lot. Zaza is very disappointing. He hasn't been fantastic at all. One of those. I thought it would be a kind of a decent kind of transfer to bring in. It hasn't quite worked out as required. We might make him a deep line forward. I think he's just trying to find his more natural position, I suppose. And we'll see. We're going to go for it. We're losing anyway. Sanchez crosses it in. Zaza heads it clear. Bakuna picks it up, but Sanchez gets it again. Crossed in. Back post header. Is he offside? Is it a bit too simple? It is offside. Well, thank God for that. We're just going to go for it now. Just going to go very attacking. 15 minutes to go. No lose situation. Geldhart has kind of changed the game for them. Don't know why I went very attacking, because that never does anything. I might as well go very defensive and I'll probably get more of a chance. 3 minutes, and it's a really bad start to this episode. I don't know what to say. Apparently we were the better team, but watching the game, we were terrible. Very, very poor, very disappointing. And again, it just comes down to how inconsistent we've been. Will this change with Lasme coming in? I don't know. I do not know. But down into 9th. Again, it's not the worst. We should be safe this season.
I think it is though, just trying to build some momentum, and it's just not working. It is just not working. Well, I don't really want to pay Gary Gardner to go on that coaching course if we're looking to get rid of him, but here's what it is. And now we've got Blackpool in a long time away. I don't know whether just to maybe just go on holiday through this, or we just click continue and see what we get. Roberts up on Millwall. Stay away from us. Ellis Sims. Yeah, you know what? I think Sean Dyche is correct. Could be playing him more, and we will definitely be doing that. We got a lot of strikers on our bench, and not a lot of them are any good. To be brutally honest. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go on holiday for our next game. And I'll just speed up this a little bit in transition, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we have kind of gone forward a fair bit of time just to get to the just before the Blackpool game. I don't think anything major has popped in just yet. Don't see Robbie Dees being the player that we need. Right, now it has turned just in December. And what I'd like to do is kind of have a look at world transfers as they come in just before January. Mainly because you can kind of see like the release players that have kind of dropped, and just to see if there's anyone that can come in from a big club, just to see where we are going with this, if there is any players that can come in as a free agent. So Bettinelli released by Chelsea, but that was further back, and he's not kind of on our list of players to look at. Either is Yarstein. No one is kind of looking to be any. Well, Matt Ritchie is. Oh, he's kind of gone down in his ability. That's a shame. Yeah, no one there that would kind of jump into our team just yet. Bellingham is kind of improving well. Out of contract at the end of next season, so we'll keep hold of him for now. Well, forever. And we got Blackpool in a couple of days. It's a bit of a long wait. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the World Cup. Who's going to win it in game? Is it going to be Argentina, like in real life? And showing there as well, like the players are not fully familiar with our Oh, what part of the World Cup was we playing Qatar? Second round. Okay, I was a bit worried then. But Blackpool and Reading, I'm not even going to talk about if they're must-win games. We saw how the Sunderland game just went, and yeah, I'm not going to delve into that area. Sunjic, still our best kind of player out on loan. He will be coming back by the looks of it, and if we can sell him on for some 3 million, 4 million next season, that'll go massively towards kind of helping to rebuild the squad. Or maybe just to... Hey? How did that happen? Okay. Board invested 15 million into the club in order to allow the club to comply with FFP. Maybe there is some money in this hierarchy that we've yet to see. Very peculiar. So big game now against Blackpool. I think Ellis Sims, he has started to play a lot better. Apparently we're doing a wonderful job, which, coming from Mick McCarthy, very, very happy to take that praise. So they're expecting a draw against this. I'm expecting a win because I kind of expect to win every game that we go into. If no one seems to be having any fitness problems, so let's kind of see how we can move forward with this. Although looking at our back line, Trusty and Long is a lot better than having Mark Roberts at the back as well. And nothing against Mark Roberts, but I can't have two kind of age legs kind of at the back there. Bellingham, he can come in for George Hall, and everyone else kind of can stay the same. Ryan Stirk, to be honest, not in my plans. We'll offer him out. As with most of our players, we're going to offer him out to try and tempt a bid from somewhere. So we're going to be going with Sims, Bakuna, Kadra and Hannibal. Pressing forward, advance forward. We're going to go with that. I want to be higher up the pitch as an outlet for our players. Ruddy's back, which I'm happy with there. And kind of reinstating Trusty into the back line with Kevin Long. Colin on the right. And Longello on the left. We need a reaction from this. A win can push us back up into the playoff contention, but again, it's a long season. So, Trusty picks it up at the back, gives it to Longello, into Chong, back to Longello, into Bakuna. Nice little turn of play there, into Kadra. What can Kadra do for us? Gives it to Sims, Sims scores it. Fantastic start, it's what we needed. Sims, again, maybe he's requiring more time up front. Maybe he can learn from Deeney on his time here, but it was quite nice. This was Chong into Longello, into Bakuna. Nice little turn into space. Great ball over to Kadra. That pass from Kadra was lovely. You wouldn't normally see that in the previous match engines. Simple pass into Sims and simple goal. Hopefully we can just build on that. So Gabriel into Yates. Chong with a heavy tackle, but deemed fair. Hannibal wings it, gives it to Chong, who gives it to Long and into Colin. We kind of never saw our little triangle passes against Sunderland, so hopefully we can kind of bring that influence into the Blackpool game here. Kadra allowed to turn, fed it into Bakuna, into Sims. Sims has hit it really wide. That's maybe he's been learning from Hogan too much there. Another highlight though. Colin into Bilic, back to Colin, back to Bilic, into Sims, headed into Bakuna. 2-0. 6th goal of the season for Bakuna. He's having a good season so far, and he's only played in half the games. But nice header at the back post. Nice play all around. 20 minutes in, 2-0. We need one more goal just to kill this off, I reckon. But Alan and Bielik, nice into play. Cross it to Sims. He heads it onto Bakuna. And he heads it right past the goalkeeper. Playing well. I kind of don't need to do a lot, but Sunderland, to be fair, they're beating West Brom now. So they're making their way a little bit further up the table, crawling their way through. Patino to cross in. He does so. Nelson heads it. Free header. Oh, it was all going so well. It was all going well. We'll demand more from the team. And as we've done in quite a few kind of episodes so far, we go 2-0 up. We let one goal come back. Sims has hit that off the crossbar. We'll always let one come back. And we kind of capitulate in the final kind of time of the game. Long and Trusty just jumping together by the looks of it there. Bielik does win it back though into Hannibal. Hannibal's allowed to kind of give it back to Longello. Bakuna's there waiting and receives it. Longello potentially looking on the overlap here. Bakuna gives it though back to Trusty. He's got Chong and Bielik in the middle, but he goes far wide over to Collan. Collan's allowed some space. Trying on the overlap on the right hand side. Nice little run so far into Collan, but Connolly kind of picks it up. Longello's allowed to run, gets past Gabriel. What can he do? His shot, very much a wasted opportunity there from Longello, especially from the quality that he has been putting in. I expected a lot more from that situation there. So Bakuna and Longello, they're both on bookings, both in the space of a couple of minutes, which is a little bit concerning. But we'll go for the next 10 and then we'll make a couple of changes going forward. So Colin on the right. He's had a lot of freedom over there. He turns into Bielik. Nice first pass to Bakuna. Poor ball into Hannibal though. Lyons is allowed to clear it. Into Long, who heads it into Chong. Gives it to Bielik, into Bakuna. First time cross around the back, into Kadra. Will he hit it? He has hit it, and that's a lovely finish by Kadra. Puts us back in a 2-goal cushion. And hopefully, guys, we can stay on this performance there. Bakuna, he's having a cracking game today. Around the corner, left pass. Kind of showing that he's kind of a two-footed player as well. So Longello gives it to Hannibal. Back to Longello. Trusty to Chong. Back to Trusty. He's hit it long over to Bakuna. Can he win the header? He doesn't. But Bielik picks up the clearance from Lyons. Gives it out to Colin. Space again for Colin. Can he get a cross in? Trying to beat his man again. He has got the cross in, and Sims, not sure what's happened there. It looks like he's been blocked behind by Nelson. And we get a corner. So Kadra to cross in now. He does so. Trusty at the back post. Headed out to Tribal. And fortunately, the highlight has ended there, but it could have been a bit of an issue for us if he'd been allowed to carry on running. So Longello, we'll bring George Friend in. And we will change him from a wing back on attack just to a no-nonsense fullback on defend. And I think, to be honest, with Colin, I don't want him to get up the pitch anymore. We don't want to get kind of countered down the side there. Bakuna, there's no one for him to come on for, so we're going to put Hannibal out there. Then put Joe Bellingham in the central attacking mid position. And that'll be our couple of changes going forward. Bielik and Chong are playing well. Hannibal, it's moved Bellingham out to the left. I don't know why he does keep doing that weirdly. Like, I have to go back and watch that video, but I'm pretty sure I didn't ask for that change to be made. Colin allowed to head it out. Bellingham to Sims. Why didn't Sims pass it onto the right hand side? I'm not sure. Nelson's allowed to bring it into Connolly. That's a great pass into Yates. That should be 3-2. Great save by Ruddy. Absolutely fantastic save that is by Ruddy. Looking at that, Jerry Yates is now coming off. Colin, we will keep on. We trust Colin. Sims, he's got his goal. We'll bring Zaza on. And Bielik will come off for... We've got two subs. Oh, no point. The game has ended. A much needed win, 3-1. Good work. Let's just try and get a bit of praise, a bit of positivity back into the team. Up into 7th with another tough game coming up now. Blackpool, unfortunately, from that result, have dropped into the relegation zone, but we're not going to worry about that too much. We now have Reading, who are in 16th, and we are kind of knocking on the door again of getting into the playoffs. It's just a shame about that result against Sunderland. That has kind of let us down a little bit. But we are coming into December now. Hopefully we can kind of get near January and get Lasme into the team. And Timu Pukki always seems to be having kind of just a goal machine on Football Manager, I think. That's quite telling as well, looking at our top goal scorers. So Bakuna, Bong and Hannibal. Here are 3 cams. Even Kadra with 6 assists as well. Like, it's just showing that our strikers just aren't kind of helping us out in this. Although Ellis Sims, I think he might be on about 4 goals now. Let's have a look. 4 goals, so not too bad. Is it bad though that I'm thinking selling Zaza already? Maybe. Would he leave? I don't know. He has been a little bit poor. Let's see if $1 million will be enough to kind of move him out. No. An excellent intake. I do not believe that at all. Looking at it, main areas, central midfielders, which you don't really need, attacking midfielders, which would be nice, and a striker. With a forward who would be considered a fine prospect. So I look forward to that. Wigan, Derby. Feel that the wage demands aren't there. To be fair, so does everyone else. So yeah, we'll kind of see if anything comes to fruition with that. Again, maybe offering out before it being in the transfer window probably isn't the smartest move to do. But we'll see going forward. And to be fair, the next 3 games will take us up into January when we do play Middlesbrough. Long's injured now. Not great, but I think there's enough in our defensive line that can come in, especially with Sanderson coming, that should kind of shore up our defence as well. And if needed, let's face it, like Mark Roberts will be able to come in as well. I really do hope though that Lasme is not a flop signing. We kind of pinned all of our hopes on him. Who's Mark Robbins when he's at home? Coventry. Well, if you're surprised I've listed him up for sale, do you want him, Coventry? Do you want him for 950k? I mean, if you're so surprised, then you should be willing to snap my hand off there. Which they don't. So, I think Mark Robbins can kind of get back in his lane, in all honesty. We will offer though out for 900 grand. Etheridge is injured. Oh, I kind of wish we could just kind of just release him from his contract. He's never going to play for us again, but 1.7 million is not. It's not a feasible fee to kind of give up. He's out. Oh my god, he's actually out of contract next year. That's not good. We need to get rid of him as soon as possible. Joe Bellingham still doing really well. we keep praising him. We want him to kind of want to stay at the club. So Reading and Burnley, next couple of games, could be quite an interesting test for us. So Long, he can come out for Sanderson. Hopefully that doesn't kind of take us past how many subs are allowed in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which it does. Okay. Maybe Sanderson isn't the one to bring in, and we will bring in Roberts. And Harley Dean has to go back onto the bench. Not ideal, but it is what we'll go with for the time being. Zaza, to be honest, I would like you to kindly just... it didn't work. Please leave the club. We'll see what we've got. So we've got centre back, 2 defence, 3 midfielders. We don't really need 3. Job or Williams, and then we'll see where we can go from there. Another big game. Another big game. Fulham will be fine. It's a very aged team though. Looking at just the players in there like Ruddy, Collan, Roberts. Yeah, it's just not. It's not good. Kind of a centre back pair. Well, trio to kind of build your future upon. But we're doing what we can for now. So Longello's running down the left hand side. He's going all the way. He's going to pass it back. He is to Chong. Chong first time into Hannibal. Headed clear. Longello's still up there though, so Chong's had to cover in a left back position. He picks up the ball from the left back position, gives it into Trusty. Trusty spread it wide to Collan, into Bielik. Bielik to Bakuna. Thought he might have been offside there. Sims gets it though. And he's oh my god, why does he do this? Is he offside? No, it's a goal kick. Oh, okay. Hogan 2.0, Ellis Sims. Should have scored that. Didn't, but we move on to the next one. So Longello, he hits it long out there. Hannibal chases down with Joe Lumley. Falls on the ball. That can't be the highlight. Surely. Lumley hold on to it. Hannibal's still up there, kind of preventing the short distribution. That's a great pass. And he's scored. Oh, Sims, what did you miss? Oh, Sims. A clinical counter-attack indeed. I don't want to watch that. That was poor. That really was poor. I'm going to berate them for that. Don't expect that. And again, it's just coming down to the inconsistency that we are kind of playing to at the minute. Sims is having a bad game, probably from that horrendous miss that he had. Right, Collan with the throw-in. Gives it to Hannibal. Hannibal's allowed to go to the byline. Gives it into Bielik. Bielik to Chong. Hit that Chong. He has. And it's actually gone back to Roberts. Gives it to Bielik. Gives it to Roberts. Into Chong. Collan's on the right. They're kind of pressing us quite aggressively here. That we are being pushed back. Bielik to Roberts, into Trusty. It's a bit of a loose pass, that is. I'm not happy with that. Chong out to Longello. Can he run at the byline here? Get a cross in. He gives it to Kadra. Kadra gives it back to Longello. Please put the ball in. Come on, you're there. Into Chong. He crosses it into Bakuna, the back post. He gives it to Collan. Scoop that. Lumley has tipped it over. I don't think I'm too pleased with how this is going. Yeah, Sims is having a really poor game. Kadra, what can you do from this corner? Crosses it in. Roberts at the back post. Headed out by McIntyre. That's a good defensive clearance that is by McIntyre. It's gone out for a throw in. Not happy at all. But we're not going to win every game. I kind of know that. Crash our arms. Sims, you can come off. Annoyingly though, it is Scott Hogan that is there.
And to be fair, Hannibal hasn't played well. Going to put Chong there, and then drop Jordan James into the roaming playmaker role next to Bielik. And we'll see if that kind of makes any change for us here. So Trusty at the back. Longello's been booked. Common theme with Longello at the minute. Kadra's not having a great game either. But maybe we need to kind of reinforce an attacking midfield kind of position for January. Roberts gives it out to Colin. And there's players here that have been in this club for the last like 6 years or so. Like looking at Colin in particular. James over to Hogan. What's Hogan done here? Oh, wow, okay. Hogan, thank you. Thank you. Is he offside? No. Thank you, Hogan. Well, there you go. Hogan's kind of showing that he still has a lot to offer for this club. Roberts into James. To be fair, that pass from James has really split the whole defence. And Hogan, I thought he might have fluffed it there, but he's got the goal after coming on after a couple of minutes, and fair play to him for that. Do we deserve it? I think we are playing as the better team, but it's just poor kind of defending that has cost us here, and we haven't got a striker that can help out. You know what? We are just going to put George Hall in. Longello. Maybe we're going to put Colin over to the right. I don't want to go down to 10 men. It's happened too many times already this season. Maybe Marlon Mustafa. Well, no, saying that he's a lone player, so it's not really going to help here. Although we've got a dangerous free kick here. Chong, we haven't scored a free kick all season. Please put it in that corner. 81st minute. He has just blazed it over. Have they nerfed free kicks on this? I think I remember used to be really scared whenever a free kick happened on Football Manager. But for me, for our team, it doesn't seem to be doesn't seem to be great. We've got the win. No, we haven't. Oh god, my brain's fried. We've got a draw. It feels like a win because we were playing so badly. You know what? We weren't good enough. We're not going to praise them for a draw. Like that's not what we're doing. We have though snuck into the playoffs places with that draw. Exactly halfway through the season. Bakuna's out for 4 weeks. That's not good. Not good at all. We need some help. And Lasme is going to be coming in. He's not playing on the wings, as that kind of suggests is his best position. We can't be doing that. We need attacking midfield positions. Don't know who Bergerie is. Don't know who you are. And I don't know who you are. That's quite concerning. Got Kwanka, Barazite, and Luke Berry. I mean, it's not Luke Berry. It's not him either. Barazite. He used to play for Arsenal, didn't he? Did. Not. He's not what we're after. Move on. Burnley in 7th. Hull, they're absolutely pulling away up there in 3rd. Bellingham is making improvements apparently, even though he's got a lot of oranges. He's training well, in all honesty. So far we've got a win, a loss, and a draw. Not in that order. But again, it just goes to show like it's just inconsistency that we are kind of having or experiencing at the minute. And yeah, not great. Josh Andrews, again, it's just not great though. There's a lot of players here that are never going to make it. Keeler I like the idea of Brandon Keeler. That contract at the end of the season. Are you interested? 1.4, 1.3. I mean, his stats look perfectly fine.
maybe that's quite a. You know what? If we get promoted, we'll give you the 10%. Get rid of them. There was kind of a lot of noise made when when he kind of signed a contract with us. Let's hope it was justified. Very tough game against Burnley. We beat them 1-0. Feels like a couple of episodes ago, maybe one episode ago. It'll be interesting to see how we can kind of push on with this. Middlesbrough coming up after Hull as well, so we're staying in the northeast for a few weeks at least. So at this point, hopefully, we'll have Lasme back. There you go, cheeky boy. Gets a coaching license. That's what we want. Etheridge, can you just leave? Can you please just leave us? Please. A little concerned that he's contracted until next season. Marlon Mustafa, I'd like you to leave as well. Thank you. You just seem to want to just get sent off every game he plays. I mean, they don't want to pay that for Simmons. That's fair. Gordon, you know what, Gordon? You actually might need to come back. You might need to come back. So we'll reject that. To be fair, same with Simmons. He can play on the wings. Let's just get these players in. Thorndike. To be fair, you won't fit in any position that we have at the minute. I'll let you go out still. Same with Rico Brown. I don't see you challenging for anything. So if they're paying some of your wages, I'm happy with that. And Tommy Fogarty, the same. They're paying some of your wages, so I'll quite happy for you to go back out. But seeing the injury to Bakuna, I think bringing in someone like Andrew Simmons, just as a kind of a backup, surely that's worth bringing in. Looking at that, is that Michael Obafemi that plays for Burnley? Well, he's just been injured by the looks of it. Company on our approach. No idea. Oh, what a man he is. Yeah. Unlikely to sign Keeler. I don't think you're gonna get that. But happy to talk, Steve. Probably the last game for this episode. A tough one against Burnley. I mean, a win here would give us a 3-point lead over Burnley. Oh, someone wants Cosgrove, but they're all loans. Someone wants Djukovic, they're all loans. Someone wants Sturk, 12 clubs apparently, all loans. Harley Dean, all loans. This isn't going to help me out. This isn't going to help me out. So Sims, to be honest, we're going to bring Hogan in, who is now wanted. Loans. Brilliant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dean is out. To be fair, we do need... we do need... You know what, Rosente is going to come in. Rosente is going to come in. We do need kind of an option from the bench regarding the attacking positions. Now, I know he's only 16, but I'd rather... He has been in the first team picture for this reason. And yeah, we'll see how we can kind of get on. I think we're just going to stick with our game plan here. Like, it's nothing to lose with this game. Although Bielik is booked on 8 minutes or whatever it is, so that's a little bit concerning. Angelo's allowed to hit the ball up from the left hand side into Chong. Give it back to Muric. Hogan didn't have time to chase it down. Collan's booked as well, and so is Bielik. This is a little concerning. Longello's allowed to run free though, down the left. Hannibal's there, but he has gone for the cross. There's Hogan in the middle. And Hogan scored it. This flag stays down. Well done, Scotty Hogan. Let's see more of that, please. Very happy with that. Ongello, that's a deep cross that is into Hogan, who's hit it first time on the volley, like a little deft touch, and it's put it past Muric. And we do lead. We beat them last time. Can we just hold on? Just park the bus? You know, I've never parked the bus, but it's nice to see. Longello wins that header from Burnley throw. Kadra tries to chase it down. Give him to Cork in midfield. Gives it to Hold Bellis, and then Ekdal into Cork. Can't even fathom to pronounce that name. Taylor's there, intertwine, and Ruddy with a fantastic kind of point blank stop there. We do hold on for now. So Twine manages to cross it in. Trusty heads it out. Kadra's there to pick it up. Taylor heads it in. Longello heads it out, and then Kadra heads it away. Hogan gives it to Chong. Chong can run. Chong's got the pace, and we seem to have kind of an overlap here. What can Chong do? I mean, I think Hogan is offside there. That's such a poor pass by Chong. There's no intelligence to that pass there. Right, Muric, he hits it long, looking up long. There's Longello into Hannibal, back to Longello. Trusty out wide to Hannibal. Longello on the overlap potentially, but Hannibal runs on his own. That's a dangerous pass. Oh, right. Roberts, he hits it wide to Kadra. Can Kadra run into the byline? He can run in. No one's there for support. He finds Chong. Chong into Hogan. Has that crossed the line? Did that cross the line? Did it cross the line? I'm confused. What are you showing me? No. Okay, no it didn't. Brilliant. Cheers, game. Weird. That's kind of my first experience with goal line technology so far, and yeah, thought we'd scored. Very happy with this first half display though. We don't really want to praise them. Cautious, so we'd be cautious. Want to mention complacency. Don't have time to relax. We can find another gear and let's just try that. Try it. So Cork and Roberts, they're going quite attacking. I would like to know who this striker is that they've got. Right, Longello, he throws it off to Chong, gives it to Hannibal, back to Longello. Now we're all compact over on the left hand side. Can we spread it to the right? Trusty hits it long over there. Kadra, can he pick it up? He can, but it just kind of trickles through to Ekdal, who hits it long. Mark Roberts heads it. There's Chong. Gives it out to Collan. We've got too many players on bookings here. Brilliant ball by Bielik though to Kadra. Hogan's in the middle. What is that shot? Hogan, what is this shooting that you're doing? Right, we need to kind of make a change in a minute. 3 bookings, not happy with. Roberts into Bielik. He's got dispossessed by Cork. Gives it to Twine. He's going to hit that from distance. That should have gone in. Right. Drastic. We are kind of matching them. Cullen for Williams. Roberts for... Oh, we're bringing on Friend. That scares me. But it needs to be done. needs to be done. Feel it can come off as well for Hall. We'll just go as we are there. Right, Ekdal into Cork. He's hit it over. Trusty's headed out. Here's Kadra into Chong. Gives it to Hogan. Can we kind of get a counter attack here? Hogan slows it down to Longello into Kadra. This is actually quite a nice counter attack here. In the middle. Hits it over there to Collan. What's Collan done? Oh my god. Oh no. I'm just going to edit this for now. They're going to score. I know they're going to score. We need to drop these onto no nonsense fullback. They're going to score. Wing back. Did we survive? We did. Ruddy's got the ball. The ambulance will be needed in a minute because it's making my heart go. And it's not over yet. Collan, he heads it out. 60th minute. Trying to slow the game down here. Longello's, he's having a good game. Maybe we'll get the instruction to kind of stay on your feet. And to not step up. We'll drop the defensive line down. We are away from home. Ruddy into Trusty. Talking of being away from home. We're going to try and just drop the tempo down, I think. Not play out as defence. We'll see what that can do for us. So Longello into Friend, into Trusty. God. Flipping out. What is that? No idea what that is. Tell them to pass shorter, and it's just in one ear and out the other. I don't even think this even matters, does it? Making kind of instructions like this. The players to do what they want to do. So it's out to Twine. He's crossed it in. Harwood Bellis. He does head it over. We're holding on. Let's kind of bring everyone down. Chong can't play. Is that because he's a wide midfielder? No, apparently he just can't play as a wing player in general. So he's going to have to at the minute drop everyone down a little bit. Can Hannibal play out there? Probably not. No. Kadra. You can play as a winger, so we'll put you on support. Put you as a winger on support as well. And you know what? We'll bring Hogan off. Sims. That last kind of change. So now I don't know if this is an actual highlight or if this is a Football Manager highlight from a substitution, but Longello at the byline. Nothing's happened. It's gone out for a corner. Now the corner might be a highlight, but well, there is a highlight. So, no, it's not. Oh, thanks, game. Do we change? Do we go defensive? Looking at the stats, I think we'll just stick it as it is. We've done the double over Burnley. Oh my god. Wow. I mean, that's kind of how we ended at the end. At the end. That's a very impressive win. That's a very impressive win. So to take 7 points out of 9, that's a lie, out of 12. Very happy with that. We're going to put a little gap between us and Burnley. We're 3 points into the playoffs, 6 points away from second. Who knows what is going to happen in our next run of games. But I think kind of on that bombshell, a fantastic win, and I'll see you on the next episode. Drop a like. You don't have to subscribe, it's fine. Just drop a like, drop a comment. What should I be doing with Mustafa? Should I try and get rid of Ellis Sims in January? Please let me know, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Bye.